What's going on, everybody? This is Blockchain Bullz, and right now we're addressing the market dip that we have going on. We saw a bunch of short sellers get liquidated, and now we see a bunch of buyers come flowing in, and we're currently holding at 51,197 after being at 58K yesterday and now dipping down to as low as $46,000 here in the last hour or so. So if this is your first time to Blockchain Bullz, we talk cryptocurrency. We try to get these live updates out there so you can subscribe, keep up with us if this is something you guys are into and you're looking for people who talk about cryptocurrency. Thanks to everyone who's already crushing up the likes as we're going to look at what's going on, what could be driving this. And for the most part, we just see a correction. We see a little bit of FUD coming from our friend Janet Yellen. She loves to talk about Bitcoin in certain lights. And so we'll talk about what she said, but we're also keeping an eye on Peter Brandt, who, if you guys use Twitter, I highly do recommend you guys follow Peter Brandt because he's got a pretty good technical analysis side to it. I'm not a big fan of technical analysis, but he at least has a very sensible approach to the way that he addresses the markets. Again, his name is Peter Brandt. So as we're looking at the price right now, 51,197. Now it's at 51,789. So it does appear to be on a recovery. That's it. We dropped 10,000, no 12,000. Now it's at 52,622. So we did drop about $12,000 and then we swung up 6,000. So you guys can see Bitcoin is a highly volatile asset, and there's no denying it. There's no doubt about it. Now, something interesting is happening right now with crypto.com. They did a coin burn. So they burned a bunch of coins. If you go on to crypto.com's Twitter right now, for those of you who've been investing in crypto.com, you know, the price has been kind of sucking while everything else has been doing great. Well, I'm just going to tell you what they said here so you guys know why their price is up in this situation. I would say that right now might be a good time to consider even selling your crypto.com and putting it into Bitcoin because you just gained a lot of position there. Let's see here. I see you guys all crushing up the likes. I see you guys, Top Gun Bobby, Saranga Paul, Josh Bernstein, and Young Pretender. I see you guys. But yeah, so I see a lot of people saying thanks for coming on. But yeah, I mean, people want to know what's going on in these kind of situations right now. And, you do have some FUD. You have Elon Musk saying things that are kind of like Elon Musk tweets. He says he thinks Bitcoin's high, or he thinks, and then so he said the same thing about Tesla, by the way. And then Tesla ended up skyrocketing. He said he thinks the price of Tesla is high. He tweets this and he says these kind of things, and then everyone thinks that he's fighting the market. Here's the deal with Elon. People think that he needs your money. He does not need the retailer's $2,000 or $200 in Dogecoin. He doesn't. He's the richest man in the world. The guy doesn't really care about money. I mean, he sold all of his belongings. If he was really, what he's really trying to do is build out Doge. He's trying to build out Doge. I mean, he spends his time trying to land on Mars, not pumping and dumping the market. Like, what he's trying to do is build out a currency, because he needs a currency for everything that he's doing, and he would rather just get around the dollar and these other fiat currencies. So if you guys think that he needs your $200, my $200, or $2,000, however much we put into Doge, he really probably doesn't. Okay, he's the richest guy on earth, and he's not really money centric. I mean, he probably likes money, he's probably happy to have it, but he's not like trying to get your money. So when Elon's saying things, he's pretty genuine. He does joke around. He's the meme lord. We get it, okay, but these people who are out here thinking that Elon's trying to take their $200, I don't really think so. I mean, he's trying to lower the price of Tesla so that you guys don't have to pay an arm and a leg to get a Tesla. But anyway, and I'm not saying everyone thinks that. It's just you'll see it on the internet, especially on like Facebook groups. People are saying, "What's going on?" They freak out. Like they buy Stellar Lumens at 51 and it goes to 48. They want to panic sell. That's the nature of a newbie. And, for those of you who've been around for a while, we've been through so many dang corrections. The only thing that really works here is being patient. That's it. It's patience. So if you step into the market trying to day trade cryptocurrency, you're going to grow gray hair and go bald probably within a month. But if you take a more patient, long-term approach, you're going to be okay. Thanks to everyone who's crushing up the likes. I see all the comments coming in. Crypto Tom says, this is when an old people need influencers to calm them down from panic selling and regretting it. Yeah, I mean, there's this conversation that's going on about how there's actually not enough Bitcoin for the institutions to buy. So we're still waiting for the ETF. We're still waiting. Canada just got one ETF, then they got a second one, and they're working on the third one. So I would imagine that they're not just going to get an ETF and then they're going to dump the price of Bitcoin on everyone as they get these ETFs. And the United States is actually getting closer and closer to actually getting approved for an ETF, thanks to the 24 people who crushed up the likes, who are appreciating us going on live here and communicating with the audience. But the thing is, think about this. When the institutions do come in, they're going to need people to sell their Bitcoin so that they can buy. And there's not going to be enough sellers wanting to sell their Bitcoin unless the price goes up. So the price is going to have to go up, okay? Because there's a lot of these institutions have billions of dollars. How are they going to be able to get their hands on Bitcoin? So what you're talking about is a hyper parabolic move, and that's really possible. Now, whether it happens now or later, we don't know, but that's why it's really important to take a long-term perspective, because a lot of people, how do you grow? Well, because someone said, how do you grow gray hair and go bald? Well, you get gray hair if you're not going bald. Some people go bald. Some people get gray hair. Like me, I'm not going to go bald. I got lots of hair. Some people though, my roommate, who works with me on this project, he goes bald. So he doesn't get gray hair. I can't tell him he's going to get gray hair because he don't have any hair. You guys get it? I own 1,700. What it going to do for me? Crypto driving me crazy. Yeah, see, so people are getting really stressed out right now. And I think it stresses everyone out. I mean, I follow Mike Novogratz on Twitter. He says, I personally don't like corrections. I don't know anyone who doesn't like bite their nails when the market starts going boom, 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 because that was like a major sell-off that we saw. Literally, it dumped like $12,000 in less than like 12 hours. Something like that. I mean, it was crazy sell-off. Let me see exactly what the price is doing right now. We're sitting at 52,369. I'll tell you exactly what's happened the last day. So according to this, well, it says here we dipped to 50K. I saw another chart that said we went to 46,000. So the charts aren't even fully updated. We really need to see. Let me see if I can get another chart for you guys to see exactly how low we went, because CoinMarketCap saying we only went to 50. I saw one that said we went to 46. Let's see here. I'll dial this in on Bitcoin. Right now, it's according to Coinbase, it says, yeah, Coinbase has us going down as low as 46.16, sitting at 53,000 right now. So if you were to buy on Coinbase right now, you'd be buying for 53. Earlier, we had reached at 12 o'clock yesterday. So 18 hours ago, we were at 58,000. So to go from 58 to 46, that's $12,000 swing. And then a $5,000, about a $6,000 recovery in the span of 2 hours. So can you guys get this? Okay. If this thing can move $12,000 in 24 hours, that means it can also move $12,000 upwards in 24 hours. So it could go from 53,000 to 65,000 in 12-hour period. And I think it's got potential to do more than just $12,000 in a day. I think it can do 20, and who knows how high it can go. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it can go $50,000 a day in the short term, but don't be surprised if when the dip, the major correction does happen, because you have to anticipate a major correction, that there will be shorts. There will be people with short positions who are going to be selling, and they're going to just cascade down. It's just going to erode. So when that day does come, when the correction does happen, because what goes up must come down, and people in the markets have talked about an 80% correction. So, you got to strike while the iron's hot. A lot of you guys are in the market right now striking while the iron's hot, and you guys want to get gains. So you're investing in altcoins. You're waiting for alt season. Sometimes when Bitcoin starts to sell off like that, it goes into altcoins. So as Bitcoin dominance decreases, it picks up in the altcoins, and then you'll see your altcoin bags pump up. As of right now, everything got drained. But when the market does crash down like this, where you see a 12% correction, you did see a lot of altcoins get pounded. Okay. You also saw some altcoins not do too bad. I mean, it just depends on what altcoins you're in. Let's see here. Binance Coin, how are they doing? They're up over the last hour pretty good, but they're down to 259. People were trying to buy a $300 Binance, and now it's down to 259. If you've been trying to get into Binance Coin, now may be your time. Not professional financial advice. This never is. It's just common sense. It's like trying to analyze anything. I mean, no matter what you're going to do, you got to analyze it, whether you're going to get into a marriage and you need to sign a prenuptial or whether you're going to sign up for a job, you got to make sure that you're going to like your job before you end up moving to Kentucky from Wyoming or something. Who knows what you're going to do. But right now, there's some decent buys on the board. I mean, it was really hard to recommend buying Cardano with USD. I mean, you could transfer out one coin to another, one token to another. But when Cardano was at 112, 120, it was really hard for me to suggest injecting USD to somebody. But now that it's below $1, maybe now's your time because it's on a retracement. And remember, you don't want to chase highs unless you really super duper have a long-term perspective. But the reality is most people, including myself, don't always handle the dips very good. So if you buy at an all-time high after it's just absolutely peaking, it retraces, it pumps and then it dumps. So you want to wait for the pump to consolidate back down and dump off, and then that's when you re-enter. So if you've been trying to get into Cardano, now might actually be a good time. Same with Polkadot. Now, if you had a long-term perspective and you bought at 40, long-term, you should be okay with those positions, assuming we continue this bull market, which it appears we are. So Janet Yellen, I will tell you what Janet Yellen said because everyone wants to know what Janet Yellen is always saying about Bitcoin because she likes to talk down on it. She says she's been stressing the importance of crypto regulation, making sure Bitcoin is not used for terrorism. U.S. Treasury Secretary Yellen says Bitcoin extremely inefficient for transactions. She's not lying there. I mean, we don't use Bitcoin for transactions. Like this whole idea of spending my Bitcoin to go buy a Tesla or some vehicle. No, I'm not going to use my Bitcoin because if I buy a Tesla with Bitcoin when it's at like 46,000 or 58,000 or $100,000 and then Bitcoin goes up to 300,000, I'm going to be regretting buying that because now that Tesla that I bought is worth a whole lot more because I would have been better off just holding my Bitcoin. So she's not lying about that. But when she talks, people, I don't know, for some reason, the market responds to comments like that, even though she's right. Transactions for Bitcoin are highly inefficient. She's not lying. So, they said 39 people who crushed up the likes. Someone said USD used for terrorism. Yeah, I mean, think about this, or drugs, right? So Pablo Escobar, when he was down in Colombia, how did he receive his transactions for all the things that he was selling with the Cali cartel, right? They go down there with a briefcase full of cash, and it's not tracked, it's not traced, none of that. So Bitcoin, if you send a ledger to somebody, I mean, it's tracked on the ledger. You know why they call it the blockchain, guys? Some of you guys might not know why they call it a blockchain. The chain, the word chain, okay, is a chain of transactions on the public ledger. That's why it's got the word chain in there. So all of the transactions are chained together on a public ledger. The blocks, that's a whole nother side of it. The blocks are the how the Bitcoins are created, but the chain is a chain of ledgers of all the transactions that are completely public. So you could see that's kind of how we got that going on. All right, so I'm looking here. I'm going to keep giving you guys a little bit more update as we're continuing to look at what's going on. But ultimately, you guys need to take a big step back, zoom out, big picture, be patient, wait for the market to consolidate. You guys knew this was coming. It's going to keep happening where it's those crocodile teeth, guys. Bam, up, pull down, bam, up, pull down. So crocodile teeth, what do crocodile teeth look like, right? That's how charts look. If you look at charts, they have crocodile teeth. And so there's not a single chart that you'll look at, whether it's the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, the crypto market, Bitcoin, that doesn't have this. But, hey, this is the kind of stuff that makes you guys warriors. This is the kind of stuff that makes you guys earn your grit. This is how you know you're earning your Bitcoins or you're earning your gains, because you're having to go through it. It's not just one big walk in the park where everyone's just getting rich, just walking in the park with butterflies and unicorns and rainbows everywhere, and everyone just so happy to be here. Because it's tough. It's tough. I mean, you know, you got to have strong hands. That's why they're always talking about weak hands, because weak hands panic sell because they get scared. But it's not that you can blame those guys who panic sell, because sometimes they're just trying to get a leg up. They're living paycheck to paycheck. It's tough times out there. But, you know, if you can, try to figure out how to come up inside yourself to take a long-term perspective. That's usually what works out best in highly volatile markets. Now, you guys are asking about Dogecoin. Elon Musk, he keeps talking all this crazy stuff. He talked about Doge the other day. He called it the metaphoric. I mean, he tweeted yesterday, hyper normalization of space flight, dojo for Doge. I still think that at some point in time, Doge is going to get an injection of capital coming in. So I would say you could invest in Doge, but there's probably other projects to look at. But I know that a lot of retailers, they get into Doge. And so Doge just hasn't been performing for them because they bought it 7 cents. And so, yeah, I got people saying, looks like Polkadot is making itself a lot cheaper, so I can finally buy. So people are looking to buy this dip. I got people coming into my chats. I got people texting me. I got people messaging me on Skype saying, hey, look, they're all excited right now because they're buying. So I don't know what you guys are buying right now. What are you guys buying? I'm looking here, seeing what you guys are saying you're buying. I see people talking about XRP. JD says, get the likes up, guys. Well, you guys are doing a pretty good job. We're at 51, but JD, shout out to you and Tom, the crypto man. Dinesh, what's up? Fire Up says, buy the dip. All right. Kurt Review says, Doge is on flare. Doge. So Pryon says, I'm buying 1 inch. Sky Joker says he's buying ADA. ADA is currently sitting at what? Under $1? And you look at all these people, I'm getting messages. They're telling me this is a buying opportunity. They're saying they're getting greedy. They're getting greedy right now because it's in the red. That's who wins in the markets. The people who buy when everyone is scared. The people who lose are the people who buy when everyone is excited. So right now you see fear and pandemonium breaking out across Twitter, Facebook groups, Telegram groups, people saying, I'm out, crypto's a scam, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, look at Cardano. It just went from 99 cents to 105. If you had bought that dip, look at how fast these coins can move. So the whole market can move really quickly. Even Bitcoin now sitting at 53,553. It was just down to 46,000 less than an hour ago. That's 8,000. No, I can't even do math right now. I'm so wound up. It's about $7,000 price swing. So, oh, well, now it's sitting at 54,300. So we just watched it. When I started the live stream, Bitcoin was at 50,500. Now it's at 54,300. So you guys could see when you're panicking like that, you're letting the market control you. You're not taking a long-term perspective because you're thinking about trading. But also, to be fair, we do have this in the back of our head. Where's the top? Where's the top? Everyone wants to know where's the top. So if you're concerned about that, you're long-term, take a little chips off the table along the way. Not the whole thing. You don't have to sell the whole thing every time you sell. You can also, take chips off the table. You could take off 10% a month. If you're making crazy gains, you're taking 10% out of the market. You're doing okay, and you're still holding, right? And then when it dips back down, you take those 10% gains that you've already done, and you re-inject in the buying opportunity on the dip. 58 people crushed up the likes. I see what you guys are saying. John C. says, Litecoin is dead. I heard Litecoin's working on some pretty big things. Charlie Lee was recently tweeting about Satoshi Light. He's the Litecoin creator. He was tweeting about NFTs not having any intrinsic value because when an artist paints in the real world, he's putting physical effort and proof of work into it. Whereas with an NFT, there's no real proof of work. I don't know. So Litecoin, I think Litecoin's actually one of the more boring positions to hold. So I only have like 20 Litecoin. Well, some people are like, that's a lot. Well, I have 20 Litecoin. I've had 20 Litecoin for like 4 years. I just haven't touched my Litecoin, but it's like the most boring position to hold. It used to be a big mover, so did XRP, but now that those legacy coins are kind of like fading out, you have these new projects coming up. I mean, you'd be better off investing in Binance Coin and getting the real gains right there. Binance Coin would have got you. I'm not saying buy Binance Coin right now because the gains aren't there like they were when it was at $18. When Binance Coin was $18, $30, you were making sick gains right now. What do you think of selling everything Friday and buy it back in on Monday? I think that's too much speculation. That would be a speculative trade. It could go either way for you. I mean, you could get caught in the cold without any Bitcoin and just being like, damn, I got burned, or you could be like, damn, I'm a genius. But I've noticed that it's a coin flip. I mean, it's like flipping a coin. Like it's like saying, so if you're going to play like that, I mean, you could probably have the same luck going to Vegas. But I don't like to gamble with my Bitcoin. I really don't, because I'm more long-term perspective. I can respect why you would think like that, because I think like that all the time myself. I'm like, what if I should just sell this and just travel the world? Take the gains and just go travel the world. Well, you can't do that right now. So COVID's kind of like preventing me from selling my Bitcoin and just doing that. But I get what you're saying. You get this like, you get like 5 days of green and then you get 2 days of down, or maybe even sometimes we'll have like 3 days of red and 7 or 4 days of green. So I get what you're saying, but I think that's too risky to trade cryptocurrency. I don't really like trading it too much. So 71 Donk Rider, let's like this video, people. This man sharing good info. Thank you. Hey guys, should I buy New Cipher? Dinesh says, Jeff, need you to talk about ABT, Binance Smart Chain yield farming projects. Some projects look very scammy, but massive passive income. Yeah, there are some scammy projects out there. I was even thinking about this yesterday as I was mining for, low cap gems, right? These projects that are low cap gems. A lot of them, these guys, it's kind of terrible because you're looking for some low cap startups, right? You're looking for startups, people who are just now entering the market with pretty good products. But you're getting like you're getting a bunch of projects. They're talking a big game, and unless you speak to the people personally, they can put up a facade, mask the fact that they're actually a scam. So you do have a lot of these scams. So when you're investing in low cap gems or low cap altcoins, you have to be cautious that there can be some scams in there. And I can even get caught in pickles before. I mean, I got caught up in a couple. And, if you over diversify, if you got 60 coins, nothing's to say that five of those won't be, jokers. But of course, we're trying to avoid the jokers. No one wants to get hit by the joker. I mean, it's like playing poker. You don't want to pull the joker out. You get dealt the hand that gets the joker, right? But it can happen. So, you got to be watching out for these scammy projects. Like he was saying, Binance Chain has a couple scammy projects or some scams out there that things that are looking scammy. It's typically these anonymous creators, or sometimes these creators, like, if you look at their Twitter, if they're talking about everything but their project, that's like a big red flag. It's like, focus on your project, dude. Like me, I'm a pundit. I got to talk about everything because I don't have a project that I'm working on. Although I should have a project. I really should. I just don't know. I mean, I'm waiting for you guys to tell me, hey, Jeff, we need to start this project. But, with DeFi being really interesting, yield farming being interesting, NFTs being interesting, it'd be interesting to put together something that actually has real world use. I remember Titanium T-Bar, like that dude, man, he totally got he played a big game, man. That guy, dude, that's the kind of guys you got to watch out for. And he played the game real good. Like you couldn't even tell that guy was a scammer. T-Bar, freaking T-Bar, man. But that's what happens when you put $200 in ETH into something and then it goes up to $600 and then it goes down to zero. It can happen. So don't be scared to take profits. Matilda says, is it hard to note it's along the dip or real bottom? I mean, that's why you got to take that long-term approach. But once you understand cryptocurrency fundamentally, so you understand the fundamentals behind cryptocurrency, thanks to the new subscribers who are dialing this in, by the way. Dinesh says, when will Lena fly? Any price predictions for it? I don't really give price predictions. I can give price forecasting. I mean, Lena is what isn't it a derivatives project? So they're working on derivatives. You could compare it to something else that's working on derivatives, like maybe synthetics. And if you compare it to synthetics with over $1 billion market cap, Lena sitting at 145, I mean, you could say that it's possible to assume that linear easily could reach 50 cents from 6 cents. So linear, Lena, it could be a good project. We'll see, but they got yield farming going on there for the most part, and yield farming is really popular right now. We saw what happened with Yearn Finance, APY Finance, some of those. Sync Network, that's hot. Ren, I haven't really done too much with Ren, and I'm not really touching it considering I think Ren just had a massive run up. I mean, maybe if Ren dips, but I'm in so many projects, I'm not addicted to getting into something at this market cap. Not saying it's not a good project. It's just not something that catches my eye. I mean, at this price, if you want to talk high market cap stuff, let me see what I like on here. Man, crypto.com's having a big day because of that coin burn. So they've had a big day. So if you've been holding crypto.com, finally they paid off. Let's see here. I'm trying to find something that's really attractive at these prices. Oh man, I mean, Algorand is obviously at a reasonable price right now. I keep going back to Algorand. I mean, I keep thinking that's I guess you know, like the people that were texting me, they're saying they're buying DOT finally on this dip. They're finally buying Cardano on this dip. So we'll see. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Thanks to the 74 people who crushed up the likes. Someone says Algo has good project, but very less known. I mean, it's just a matter of time before Algorand becomes more popular. So people like, pivx, privacy coin, pivx. I remember pivx. It's like Vertcoin. You guys remember Vertcoin? Vertcoin, man, that coin was a baller back a long time ago. That's an old project. It was like $9. Right now, you could get it for 64. I was buying it at 19 cents. When I saw it was on Bittrex for 19 cents, I scooped up some Vertcoin. We'll see. I mean, it's just a lotto ticket. It's way up for me, but I only put in like $200, and it's now like $1,000. But let's see who else we got. We got you know, I was looking at one. There's a couple coins that are old altcoins, because you guys all know Superman, right? I was watching one of Superman, his videos last night, because, you know, I like to go see what he's up to every once in a while. Some people think he's full of, you know what. But if I watch Superman, I'm not like, I listen to him because I'm trying to hear what he's saying. I think he's just a guy who looks and talks, and that's okay with me. So I don't think he's a scammer. I don't think he's full of BS. What I'm trying to do is he can't manipulate me. You know what I'm saying? So like, if he can manipulate you, that's on you. But he knows his stuff. He's an OG. He's been around for a while. Superman, if you guys haven't checked him out, he got a new channel. His other channel got deleted. But he was saying that a lot of these old altcoins are going to pump, and I agree with him, because like some of these projects that have been dead in the water from 2017. I mean, I can give you a list of ones that are dead in the water that could pump here recently. He just mentioned pivx. That's what got me thinking about it. And I just mentioned Vertcoin, INXT. Wait, let me see. Yeah, INXT could easily pump. I mean, right now it's doing pump and dumps a lot, but InternXT has a $1.2 million market cap. If that thing gets going, it's cloud storage. I mean, it's dead in the water for all we can tell. But if that thing does get going, InternXT, that's one you could look at. There was another one that, let me see if I can get a couple that I've been kind of keeping an eye on. And these are just going to have pumps, but, you know, they're high risk, super high risk. Don't like fall in love with them and get married to them. But if you buy them and then they 3x, 4x, just take your profits and go move it into Bitcoin and keep stacking your sats. Some other projects that could definitely move that I'm tracking. You guys remember Safe Haven? Safe Haven seems to be a project that can move. It's pretty low market cap, 11.9. I think that Safe Haven is one that you could take a look at. There's another one. Let me see. I'm trying to get these for you guys. As Electronium's another project that's kind of high market cap, but if that thing gets traction, it could go. I mean, these are just legacy coins. I'm not saying buy them, but I'm saying that, hey, you know, do some research. You could see that they could have some pump to it. Something like Kin. Remember Kin? Kin's been basically dead in the water. KIN. It used to be a little bit of a good project, but those are kind of higher market caps. I have Affect AI. That one could move. I mean, you'd need a KuCoin account for most of these that I'm talking about. So Affect.ai, Intern XT. I'm just throwing these out there because you guys are looking for some old stuff maybe that could bounce up. There's, I think it's called Rivets. Let's see, Wax. Wax could do something. I mean, again, these are all legacy projects. They're not anything new, but they've been working for a long time. But Rivets, yeah, if you look at Rivets, I mean, that thing's been dead in the water for a long time. That one, I was in the Rivets ICO. I mean, I hold a small bag of it. In fact, I had like a bunch of Rivets, but it was more expensive to like trade it and send it off the exchange than to keep it. But finally it pumped up. But I mean, it just got me thinking. I'm like, in a bull market, something like Rivets might go. It might go. So, you know, those are kind of things that's all gambling. That's like, for those of you who are really trying to gamble, that's what that is. That's gambling when you're going into these low cappers. Yeah. Embercoin. Yeah. The guys from Embercoin, I do remember that. And the guy, he tries to contact me like I never talked to this guy. And then out of nowhere, he's like, hi, I'm the Ant Chain or Antherium or something like that CEO. And I just wanted to let you know that we've done a cross chain and we're no longer called Embercoin. I'm like, cool. And he's trying to get me to talk about it. I'm like, I'm not going to talk about it. No, because whatever you guys are doing, you guys, we're not playing that game. But, you know, I guess they recalibrated and they're called like Antherium or something. Let me see what they're called. They're not even called Embercoin anymore. But yeah, I mean, you get those coins. Those are totally gambling. It's like gambling. And then people get into it and they think they're investing. And then when it goes to zero, they're like, what? My investment went to zero. I'm like, how much you put in? They're like, $20. Oh, okay. All right. If you put in more than $20 on a lotto ticket like that, like, I don't know what to tell you. But Luxo, some people talking about Luxo. That's okay. Buttcoin. Let's see here. Thanks to everyone who crushed up the like. So Luxo, I've been hearing some stuff about Luxo. I want to say my cousin. You guys all follow Cousin Crypto on Twitter. That guy's funny. Oh, I got a low cap gem for you. Yeah, my cousin was talking about this Luxo. He was saying something. I didn't buy any Luxo, but he was saying something about them getting into. Is this the one that was doing the luxury brand stuff? I can't tell. Digital certificates. Is this the luxury brand? Anyway, so I did hear some stuff about Luxo. I need to check it out a little bit more. So far as I know, it's super low cap though. This is one that Cousin Crypto keeps pumping, and I know you guys like pumps. No one likes dumps, of course, because no one wants to get dumped on. Like yesterday, it was crazy because BitBoy Crypto, he does this video on Phantasma, right? Or Phantasm, something like that, Phantasma. And he gets into it. And you look at when the BitBoy made the video, 20 minutes before the video was made, there was like a massive price pump. And then like 2 hours after the video was made, there was a huge dump off. And everyone in the comments went from like really excited, thanks BitBoy, thanks so much, to like being like, hey BitBoy, what happened to the price? What did you do? What did someone just dump it? I'm not saying BitBoy pumped and dumped it, but I'm saying that, you know, it could be people in his audience watching, catching wind of what he's doing, but we don't know who's pumping and dumping. You know, so people do that kind of stuff, influencers and whatnot. But here's one that I was talking about that Cousin Crypto has been pumping. It's actually a decent, it's got a decent market cap and it's got a decent project. I would say you could take a look at it. I personally threw a little bit of loose change at it. You know, again, guys, if I'm saying I'm throwing loose change at it, please don't think I'm saying throw the farm at this damn thing, okay? It's called DeFi Click. Okay, DEFI Click, CLIQ. So DeFi Click, ticker is Click, CLIQ. Okay, this thing has a really low market cap, and let me see if I can pull up the data on it and see if I can get the okay, so it's sitting at 10 cents. Oh, wait. I would not touch that right now because their website is down. And that's not a good sign. Let's see here. Now their website's working. Okay. Well, so, you know, when a website goes down, that's not a good sign, but maybe it could just be their server. but unifying all DeFi features. So I did put, again, I threw some loose change at it because it looks like an interesting project. Although when I went to their website right now, it was down, now it's up. But take a look at DeFi Click if you guys are looking for something that appears interesting. Super low cap. Do your research, do your own research. I mean, if you buy into it, that's on you, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see here. Yeah, someone was saying he buys before he makes a video and he sells. I don't know. I mean, I bought cryptocurrency and then I've talked about it, but I didn't dump it the next day. Like, right. Like, so like I'll buy something. I'll be like, hey, I'm going to make a video on this because I just bought this, but I don't dump it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would say that if he's doing that or anyone's doing that, they're crazy. That's especially when you're at that level of magnitude, when you have that big of an audience. If you're pumping and dumping on your audience, that is crazy stupid. That is crazy stupid. So it's one thing to pump it. Like that's what everyone in crypto is doing, is pumping it. Like pump, he's pumping Bitcoin. Winklevoss, they're pumping Bitcoin. It becomes a problem when you're dumping it. Now, but like I said, there'll be people in this audience, there'll be people in other audiences, they'll watch the videos, and then right when the video comes out, they go make a buy order, put in $1 million sometimes. I don't know how much these guys are playing with. Some of these traders get so efficient with their funds. They get tons of money, 86 people crushing up the likes. Thanks to everyone who hit the like button. And then they're just basically using his audience, and they're like a ghost in the darkness, in the shadows, just kind of like trading the market and just basically getting everyone tuned up. So be careful investing on pumps ever. Always be careful investing in pumps. In that case, you would have been better off being in Phantasma before he even talked about it. But again, I would say never chase the pumps. Yeah, I mean, people are getting liquidated on this market left and right. Let's see. I took it. Oh man, J Money says he took a dump, but not in the market. Okay, man. Yeah, I tried yesterday with Phantasma and got hurt and lost 10%. Yeah, I mean, but again, you didn't lose unless you sell, because Phantasma actually is an interesting project. It's the people who are trying to trade. So you got, if you're trying to trade, you're probably equally as complicit in the process of trying to, you know, get sick gains, because in order for you to make gains, there's got to be losers, right? So you're just hoping not to be the loser and you're hoping to be the winner. And that goes for me and anyone who's trying to trade a pump. So I think that's why, again, I always go back to that long-term perspective, having a fundamental understanding of what it is and making an investment and not trying to day trade it. If you're day trading it, this is one big reason why I don't day trade: taxes. I mean, taxes will get you capital gains. Short-term capital gains are 35%. I'd rather just make an investment, to be honest with you. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, crushing up the likes, and we'll see you guys on the next one. I think the market will be strong still. I'm still very optimistic. A lot of people bought the dip. Congratulations if you bought the dip at 46,000. Don't be surprised if there's more volatility coming. Just take a long-term perspective. I can't stress that enough. So we'll see you guys on the next one.